Radio Now 100.9's Indy Connection with Emily Metheny.
Hello, I'm Emily Metheny, your host. This week, I had the chance to talk with the Mind Trust Dani Neal and Pride Academy's Alisia Jackson about Indy Summer Learning Labs, which are running June 21st through July 22nd. The 5-week program works to prevent learning loss, but also showed a 20 percentage point increase in basic and proficient scores for English, and a 27 percentage point increase in scores for math. These locations are across Marion County in schools, community organizations, and churches, and last year served 3,000 students. This year, the Mind Trust with the United Way of Central Indiana are expanding to more sites, including the Pride Academy, and the total number of students they're serving. So, Dani, if you would like to start and tell us a little bit about the program and what's coming up this year.
Yeah. So Indy Summer Learning Labs was born out of a need to help meet educational needs across the city. Through the pandemic, there's a huge gap with the learning loss. And so we found that it was helpful to give opportunities to students and families to meet the needs academically. So the Indy Summer Learning Labs have a key part that focuses on academics. So we have over 40 sites this year. All of those sites offer academic instruction in the morning. And then in the afternoon, they do what's the best part of summer, which is all of the fun enrichment. And so students across the city can access those sites. The academic is rigorous, but also incredibly engaging. The curriculum involves all of the books are written by authors of color, they have very diverse curriculum. So they're able to engage on that level at a very deep way. And they also have a math curriculum that focuses on story problems to help them meet those needs. And then we are serving students in Rising First through Rising Ninth this year. So if they finished kindergarten or they finished 8th grade, we run that whole spectrum of students. And so really it's an opportunity for kids to have fun this summer and then learn as well so that they're ready for the next school year.
Mm-hmm. And this year, there's more than 40 different locations across the city. Who's all able to attend these learning labs?
Yeah, so anyone who lives in ideally Marion County, but we've had a few families outside of that as well who've reached out. We have sites in Decatur Township as well. And then IPS, Indy Public Schools, is hosting sites at 7 of their locations this year. So we are really everywhere. And we have churches, we have community centers, Boys and Girls Clubs. They're all spread out. It's open to the community at large. So really we want to get families in. We're hoping to have people come out by June 6th. That's the goal for the deadline of the enrollment process, is that people get engaged with us by June 6th. And families can reach out directly to those sites for enrollment. So if they want to attend at First Samuel Missionary Baptist Church, then they can contact them directly. If they want to attend Brookside Community Development, they can contact them directly to get their students enrolled.
Excellent. And where can people register their children?
Yeah, so they can view a full list of our sites with all of the detailed information at indysummerlearninglabs.com. So they can visit that website. There is a tab up there that says locations offered, and so they can view the full list. And each site has the contact information for the individual site. We also are in partnership with Enroll Indy. And so if families are more comfortable reaching out to Enroll Indy, if they've worked with them before, then they can contact them to have assistance in finding a site closest to their family. So that's 2 ways that they can go about it.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And we also have Alisia Jackson of Pride Academy on with us right now. And Alisia, you are one of the new sites this year. Can you talk about that experience and what you're looking forward to?
Thank you for having me this morning, Emily. What I'm really looking forward to are the scholars being a part of ISLL this summer because, as Dani stated, increasing the math scores, increasing reading, and just sending our scholars back to school ahead of the game, or at least catching up to where they missed out during the COVID season. But immediately following ISLL during PAC Enrichment Camp, and we'll be over at Washington Park, we will have tons of enrichment opportunities for the scholars. So we'll continue the learning throughout the days, and we'll be gardening. And also we have people coming in that will teach gardening to the table, boxing, karate, soccer, millionaire mindset, partnership with Fifth Third Bank, Young Bankers Club. We'll be running a new soccer camp over at Washington Park. There is a new soccer field over at Washington Park. So we'll be running soccer clinic during that time, partnering with Free Willing, where a lot of the children will be able to learn how to work on their bicycles, and just a great opportunity this summer. We will be at Lake Monroe Villages camping with the scholars this summer at the campground on 2 different occasions, and we have aquatics training. We'll be going back to swimming lessons. We've been out of swimming lessons for the past 2 years, so we're grateful to get back into the pools for swimming lessons this summer.
Excellent. And what drove you to become a site this year?
It's really huge, and we're excited to be a part of it. And just really thankful to the Mind Trust for allowing us to be a part of it this year.
And kind of continuing off of everything you just listed, these amazing opportunities for these scholars and students. So on top of everything from swimming to everything, how does this help prevent some of that learning loss we see every year?
Well, it all of our items are going to piggyback off of ISLL on how their reading will be increased, on how their, like I said earlier, the community circles that they'll be involved in, the insights into humanities that ISLL is going to be taking our children through on a daily basis, and then the math, the geometry, and everything. These opportunities that we provide to the children help them to become productive members of life. But it also really takes them to after graduation, affording them the opportunity to see, well, do I want to continue with a trade? Would I like to continue with a 4-year college degree, or would I like to go into the armed forces? So what we're doing is just presenting them with presenters and opportunities to help guide them along the right path. And then when you think about 46218 zip code, just yesterday we had 5 killings within a 1-mile radius of where we're going to be having the camp this year. Yesterday in Indianapolis, we had 2 killings at 25th and Sherman Drive. We had 1 killing at 34th and Keystone. And then one of the partnering schools, there was someone found shot in the parking lot that we're partnering with in 46218. So when you ask that question, anything that we're going to do to empower our scholars, to let them know that they really do have a promising future, that's what we're there for.
That's amazing, Ms. Jackson. Empowering your scholars and showing them so much where they can go, their potential. That is absolutely amazing.
Mm-hmm. It is, but you know what? Gardening. We utilize the whole food garden curriculum. The whole food garden curriculum allows the scholars to learn how to garden. So not only will they learn how to garden, but they're going to take what they learn and hopefully utilize it into their own homes. We have a few days where we'll be at the farmers market downtown, and then also the farmers market in Claremont. So they'll be able to sell those items. But, and then again, that compounds right with ISLL. They'll be able to work at the things that they're learning in the classroom earlier in the day, and then they'll go out, learn how to work with money much better, learn fractions, garden to table, not only growing the garden, but they're going to learn how to cook the vegetables and cook the fruits and things that they're growing. And then lastly, on the last Friday in July, we will give away 3,000 backpacks, school supplies, and uniforms to Anybody in Marion County, they'll be able to come on over to Washington Park. We'll have a great big barbecue for all of the children under 18 years old, and they'll walk away with backpacks, school supplies, uniforms, tennis shoes. We have a partnership with Timberland and also Converse, and they're providing shoes for our community. Not only that, Coca-Cola and Pepsi have teamed up, in which you never see that. You always see it's either Pepsi or Coke. But for this effort, they'll be providing waters every day for the scholars during camp. So we knew that this was such a rigorous schedule. We thought, okay, now how can we bring this community together, and how can we bring corporations together? So we have a Healthier You series as well. And we thank God for the Marion County Health Department, because they'll be coming in doing physicals, updating immunizations. Through COVID, we missed a lot of immunizations in our community. So thank God for our immunizations now, who will be coming in and updating our children's shots. We have the Lions Club, who will be coming in to give eye exams. And in turn, iWorld is giving us certificates and glasses for the children who are failing these eye exams. And then Eli Lilly's coming in to check diabetes. But all of this will be going on while the scholars are at Washington Park, partaking in ISLL, or in the afternoon in the enrichment programs. I dare not forget the Smile Mobile. The Smile Mobile comes in every year and gives teeth cleaning and fluoride treatments. But my major sponsor this year is Colgate. And Colgate is doing a lot of virtual training this year, but they will be with us during our barbecue. And they teach a training called Bright Smiles, Bright Futures. So some of the scholars will walk away with scholarships to college. Thank God for my partnership with TeenWorks. We have 45 18-year-olds that will be helping all of these scholars to bring up these grades and run all of these programs.
So not only is the Indy Summer Learning Labs helping the scholars, it's also bringing the scholars to be part of that community, because the learning labs are in the communities.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's beautiful because it's running in the summertime. Hardly ever do you hear something of this magnitude running in the summertime. It's unheard of. So the Mind Trust is getting at the heart of the problem. And in turn, all of the schools, as Dani said, the schools, the ministries, and everyone, we're coming together to be a blessing to our own communities. Not to mention, children love reading books of people who look like them. So could you imagine their vocabulary increasing with what I love is the reading time for ISLL this summer. If this is done correctly in all of our sites and centers, then the vocabulary will increase 100 words by our scholars. Now, that's unheard of in the summertime. So I'm just excited about it.
And when these scholars have these opportunities to learn, these teachers, and this question's for Dani, these teachers are qualified teachers from their communities.
Absolutely. Yep. So we are hiring teachers. We have centrally hired teachers that'll be at our community sites. And so the community sites, again, are those churches, community centers, boys and girls clubs, ministries, daycares. We're all over. And so those teachers go through a rigorous selection process. And so we're checking licenses. We're making sure background checks, all of that, that they are ready to teach and that they are engaging with our students and that they're ready to be both in person. So we have in-person teachers, and then some of our smaller locations, teachers will be teaching virtually. The educators go through a very intensive training our curriculum is through the Lavinia group. And again, amazing curriculum. And so they'll be trained prior to the start of the summer. Our virtual teachers will be attending a virtual training session on how to be more engaging. And many of them, of course, due to COVID, have experience teaching virtually. This will just be giving them additional tools to help them meet the needs of our students. And so we're just incredibly thankful for so many educators that have come out to work with us this summer and to continue serving their students in these communities, because as you can imagine, the last couple of years, teachers, I would want to take my summer break, but they're eager to come out, teach an incredible curriculum, and then be with their students again for the summer to encourage them to grow and to help combat that learning loss that so many kids experience over the course of the summer. So again, we're serving kids all over the city. North, east, south, west, we're everywhere. And it's a wonderful partnership with the Mind Trust and the United Way. We have been so thankful to have so much funding that has come through this year to be able to meet up to 5,000 students this year. So we've increased from last year the amount of students we're able to serve. And so again, all over the city, we really want people to come out and to be part of the wonderful programs like at Pride Academy and Ms. Jackson's talked about. So many sites are doing very wonderful things. So they are, there's so much available to them. And so if Ms. Jackson's site fills up, if Pride Academy fills up, we have many sites that are still accepting students to come in for the summer. So just thank you to the United Way and the Mind Trust for this incredible opportunity.
Yep, and you are serving students who are going into the 1st through 9th grade. All of your locations apply, and it's June 6th that you want everyone to apply by, right?
Yep, so they'll need to enroll by June 6th, and the website is indysummerlearninglabs.com.
And so when it comes to the communities you are serving, Radio Now does have a very diverse audience. We have Latinos who also listen to our station. Yep. So will there be any instruction that will happen in Spanish? How does that look? Yeah, so the instruction won't take place in Spanish. However, many of our sites and many of our educators have experience working with students who their first language is not English. And so they have those backgrounds. We're very intentional about that to make sure that we can serve not only Latino students, but the incoming refugees and immigrant families. Making sure that we are meeting needs across the community. And Indianapolis is incredibly diverse, and so we have teachers with that diverse experience to meet those needs. And then for our Spanish speakers, they can call Enroll Indy. Enroll Indy has bilingual staff who would be able to help the families find a site and help them navigate that process a little bit smoother. Excellent. Can you talk a little bit about the costs that would be part of attending the Indy Summer Learning Labs? Yeah, absolutely. So it varies across sites. So most of our sites are free. We do have some of our sites require some fees that are very affordable. And so also, again, many of those sites offer scholarships. I know right now Hawthorne Community Center has scholarships available for their students. Ms. Jackson can speak to whether or not you offer scholarships at your site. And typically those fees cover before care or after care. Some of the sites go beyond the 5 weeks that the Indy Summer Learning Labs takes place. And so those fees go to help offset the cost for the additional weeks that they serve during the summer. Mm-hmm. And then Ms. Jackson, is your site at Pride Academy also, how does that look for students who are enrolling there?
I want to let you know that any ministry, any child care, any daycare has been given the Build, Learn, Grow scholarships. So all children can go to summer camp for a discounted price. And Build, Learn, Grow scholarship is given to anyone. And then also open enrollment on CCDF. So it could help anyone who is participating in the Indy Summer Learning Labs this summer, where they could go probably close to free, no expenses, and it doesn't matter where they apply, any child care, anyone who's licensed with Family and Social Services. Open enrollment in June, open enrollment in May. second week for CCDF. And then if you do not qualify for CCDF, summer camp is, there is a scholarship, Build, Learn, Grow, and it's available online.
And do you have that website, Miss Jackson?
Yes, it's Build, Learn, Grow. Build,
Perfect.
Learn, Grow. All they have to do is Google Build, Learn, Grow. The application comes up and they can submit 2 check stubs with it, turn it into the child care of choice that is running the Indy Summer Learning Lab, and they receive a decision within 24 hours.
So, Miss Jackson, what does the transportation look like for the Pride Academy site?
For Pride Academy, we will be transporting from 57th and Michigan Road, 22nd in Crawfordsville, and we'll be doing a pickup at 34th and Keystone and a pickup at 25th and Keystone as well. So we'll be picking up at those locations and also taking the scholars back to those locations.
Excellent. And then, Dani, is there any other transportation options for the other sites?
Yep, so it varies across the board. So the best course of action is for families to navigate our website, and each site will have marked on there whether or not they provide transportation or not.
Excellent. And that's at indysummerlearninglabs.com.
You got it.
Miss Jackson, is there anything else you'd like to add about Indy Summer Learning Labs?
Just that I am excited about Indy Summer Learning Lab coming to Pride Academy. And as I stated when I first started, I'm grateful for the opportunity and looking forward to the post-test for the scholars to see how they've grown over the summer. And just letting everyone know that Indy Summer Learning Lab runs June 21st through July 22nd. And we're so excited to be a part of it. The itinerary for it is they'll kick off the day with a hearty breakfast and then community circles. They'll go right into insight, humanities, novel studies, story problems, math, ELA small groups, and then close reading. And then end it with recess and lunch and off to the enrichment opportunities at all sites.
And then, Dani, is there anything else you'd like to add? Yep, absolutely. So thank you, Emily, for having us. And then if you have students who need a spot for the summer, enrollment is open until June 6th. It's going to be fun. The academics are amazing. The enrichment is incredible. And we have a wonderful group of qualified teachers ready to serve students this summer and wonderful staff across the city that are looking forward to helping ensure that students in Indianapolis have fun and are able to grow this summer.
Excellent. And that website, one more time, is indysummerlearninglabs.com. The dates that you need to keep in mind are June 6th is when you need to apply by. And this is for students who are going into first grade through grade 9.
That's correct.
And we'll have more information on our website, radionowindy.com. And thank you both for joining me.
Yeah, thank you.
That was the Mind Trust Dani Neal and Pride Academy's Alisia Jackson talking about Indy Summer Learning Labs, running June 21st through July 22nd. To find more information, see all 40 locations, and register by June 6th. You can go to indysummerlearninglabs.com. Thank you for joining me this week, and please join me again next week. If you have topics you'd like me to cover, email me at emetheny, that's EMETHENY at radio-one.com. Or you can send me a message on Twitter at EmilyDoesVideo. Until next time, have a great week.
Radio Now 100.9's Indy Connection with Emily Metheny.